What is good, YouTube? It's your boy cbmarcus here, coming back with INT Week 3. And folks, we've never had a third week of gameplay in the history of this channel, so it is very pog that we actually get to be able to upload this. So big thanks to INT, big thanks to Prep City as always, and without further ado, let's talk about the game at hand. We are going up against MarioBee33, coaching the Rolle Street Rillabooms, another Pacific coaster, and a good friend of mine from the Prep City community who actually helped me out with a lot of the OBS stuff. So big shout outs to him. Super cool homie. And he's also a really, I would say he's a pretty damn good content creator in the Wi-Fi scene. He's got really relaxing commentary, and he has pretty electrifying games. Win or lose, they're always really fun to watch. But without further ado, let's check out the matchup, because it's also going to be really fun for this week. He does have the Aegislash, the Zapdos, and the Urshifu Rapid Strike to lead the pack, and just right off the bat, those three present a lot of problems. Number one, my teams are notorious for being weak to Aegislash, because I usually have a Glowking, or a Slowbro, or a Clefable, or a Kyurem kind of leading the pack with some bulk. And Aegislash can kind of handle all those pretty easily, so it's not very fun to see an Aegislash in the matchup sheet. But up next, there is Zapdos, and also Noivern too to some degree, because the flying type spam can be very scary for my 11, now that I'm looking at it. The only thing that's actually resisting flying spam is the Pebble in the back, the Boldore, and as you can see by our 6 that we're bringing, we do not have the Boldore to use. Up next though, there is an Urshifu Rapid Strike, the water user, and we don't really have a very good water check. We have Keldeo and we have Kartana, and that's about it. We maybe have Gardevoir on the days that we can absorb the ability, or trace the water absorb ability on some of those water type users, but otherwise we're kind of fucked. But keeping those things in mind, that's kind of what I had in the back of my head going into the building side of things. And for starters, we let off with Landorus just being able to soak up these hurricanes by going with a max split F set with U-turn just to be able to get out of stuff. Toxic, because I really like just statusing stuff in this game. Earthquake, because the only thing that doesn't like getting toxic, or that can get toxic, can just get rocked by an Earthquake, and obviously it's really good stab. And then there's also Stealth Rocks, not only just for some residual chip, but also to identify between the Cinderace and the Weavile whether or not they're wearing boots, or whether or not they got scarves or bands or something else on them. So that's going to be super important to get up early. Now, on the flip side of that, Kartana is going to be, I think, another good late game Pokemon. We are running the speed boosting set again because I don't know, it's not good, but I like it in the end game just to be able to get an SD, or just to be able to clean out that Zapdos in the early game. That's the reason why we are rocking the Normal Gem with Giga Impact there, just so we can SD, knock it out, and just kind of trade one for one. But we do also have Leaf Blade knockoff, just in case we actually want to keep this thing alive. But it can be potentially Breaker, but I see this more as a late game mon. Now, in terms of pivots, we do have Landorus, but we kind of need something for that Urshifu and for that Weavile. The Cinderace is a problem too, but with Intimidate and not being completely nuked by their stab, it's not the worst to switch in with Lando. But for the other two, we have a max defense Keldeo with Scald, Icy Wind, Flip Turn, and Aura Sphere. Flip Turn is just going to be navigating us through some of these difficult turns where we have to switch into a CC, or we have to switch into a Thunder Punch or a Triple Axle or something like that, just so we can get out and go back into something more useful. But this is going to be a pretty big focal point. Funny enough, usually you see Keldeo being Specs or Scarf, or Calm Mind Lefties or something like that, but today, you know, we don't have a lot of options in terms of an Urshi switch or a Weavile switch, so we got to make do with what we got. But in terms of more offense, we are rocking Porygon-Z. I do like just chucking this thing into the middle of a battle just to pick up a kill and trade with something much more important, I think. Because Porygon-Z, I think, is definitely one of the more expendable mons, just given how offensive our team can be. So for this one, we're actually running a lot of HP, enough speed to out-creep the Exploud, and then we're putting the rest into defense. We are rocking just 2 moves in terms of coverage, because that's kind of all we need. Tri-Attack is just there to dismantle anything. Nasty Plot potentially if the Zapdos is Spadef or the Sylveon shows up. And then we also have Dark Pulse for the Aegislash. So, pretty straightforward. It is Choppleberry, just in case the Aegislash wants to CC. Maybe it's like the Autotomize set. Maybe the Urshi wants to CC. Maybe the Cinderace wants to HJK. Lots of acronyms here. But that's why we have the CB, the Choppleberry, always there to be able to mitigate that damage and then get a nice juicy Tri-Attack off. Up next, we have the Scolipede with T-Spikes, because as you can see, there's no poison. There's no grounded poison, because there is no poison. The team is potentially going to be rocking some heavy-duty boots, but I like being able to get Toxic Spikes up. But better yet, I also like its versatility in being able to SD, being able to Poison Jab and Earthquake and stuff like that. Of course, Mudsdale will be able to eat that up a little bit, maybe the Zapdos too, but that's why we have Landorus, just to be able to get in on those two and be able to pivot out. I can see this thing leading. I can also see this thing staying in the back, just because the only rocker or hazard user in general is the Mudsdale. So if that doesn't come, I can keep that Focus Sash intact and just, do whatever. But there's always, I feel like, this gamble with Swords Dance and Endeavor that I kind of have to play around with. Week 1, we went with Endeavor. This time, I'm just going to try Swords Dance, because why not? Now, another pivot / cleaner in the back is the Slowking-g. We are running Keyberry with Calm Mind, with a lot of defense investment. Just some good stab and Psychic and Flamethrower, and then Slack Off. The plan is to have something potentially proc the Keyberry, so that we can get the defense boost, not only helping us with, obviously, defense, but also helping mitigate knockoff, so that we don't have to potentially take a banded Weavile knockoff or a +2 Weavile knockoff that crazy. So the plan is kind of to throw this thing into a potentially weaker offensively Pokemon like the Zapdos, like the Sylveon, potentially like the Noivern or something like that, depending on the set, and just being able to get a Calm Mind up and then just kind of going from there. But that's going to be the 6. On to the matchup now. What's good, guys? Post-game CB here. Just want to tell you guys that there might be a couple jumps in the middle of the match. There were a couple turns that took a bit too long just because there were some other people on the LAN server we were using. But just if you see a couple cuts, that's just all that's happening. Other than that, though, enjoy the match. Alright, we are into the match. Pretty interesting 6. I should be deafened. Let me just check that I'm deafened. I am. That is very important in some of these matches. I actually like leading off with Lando here. I think it's pretty evident what I can hit and what I can't hit, and what can hit me and what cannot hit me. So we're just going to kind of lead off with the full order right there. Let's see. Let me put my damage calc up. We got Landorus, and potentially, what would lead? I could see Mudsdale leading. Noivern could be a cool pivot. So could Cinderace. Weavile means that we get to go into the Keldeo, which is nice. Why am I Sash? Oh, I am Sash on the Scolipede. That's right. I didn't want it as like an original lead. I wasn't sure if there were going to be any rocks or anything. But it was just nice to have in the back. And the items didn't really matter. So it is what it is. And you know what? If they want to defog, they certainly can. That's what the Noivern and the Zapdos might be for. So we might be able to keep that thing intact. This is Metro that comes out. Alrighty. I think I have seen this lead before. Maybe Mox. We got lefties. Very cool. We do intimidate. Okay. So they know that we're lefties. Kind of important because the lando-t can be so varied. I like either U-turning or toxicing here. What do I have for an Aegislash? And what do I have for this as well? I think toxic is fine. I could potentially... Oh, the U-turn! I could see a Zap. I could see them switching to Zap. I could see them switching to AG, but that'd be kind of risky. I feel like that would be pretty risky, to be honest. Troy. Who's Troy? The Modsdale. Okay. If you do want to get rocks up, that's totally fine. It's actually really nice that we aren't going to be getting a stamina boost on this thing. Let's see. We are obviously faster. I think I'll just get rocks up here. I think this is going to be really nice in chipping things down, especially if the Weavile is not boots, especially if the Cinderace isn't boots. They prefer to get rocks up as well. Very interesting. I kind of... Oh, I can hear Trexo's stream. In the back, he's streaming Star Wars. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully y'all didn't hear that. But I certainly got assaulted by the switch noises, little beeps and boops. Oh shit. He got rocks up, so I think I'm just gonna get another Toxic off. I wasn't even looking at the fucking screen. Toxic, that's fine. So what are you gonna do here? You Toxic me. Oh shit, I was thinking a switch. That's okay. That's not the worst either. Now what I could do is I could go into the Scolipede to get T-Spikes up to force something. I think I'm just going to do that raw. I can also go into Harumph. Harumph. These names are so fucking stupid. I kind of just want to go into Zoinks, not opting to U-turn at all. Totally fine. That might be a little bit risky, but I think the Scolipede is just nice to have rocks up. So that's pretty cool. And you could Earthquake me. You could Body Press me. I'm just going to kind of write those down as a set. You Rock Slide me. Wow. Okay. That's not very nice. But it's not the worst, to be honest. We are chipping this thing down, which is actually going to be really nice for the EGAD. So I think I'm just going to click T-Spikes here. This is going to put so much pressure on anything that is not boots. Which means that if something isn't boots, then our Kartana probably outspeeds it after +1. You do outspeed. And you go into the Zapdos. From here I could probably Poison Jab. I could also go into Lando. I could also go into the... Slowking. Endeavors would have been nice here, but I was kind of thinking back to week 1, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just bring SD. But Endeavor worked there. Probably worked here too, but eh. Hurricane. Oh, we do avoid it. Well, that's pretty unfortunate. We have been kind of dodging things left and right. That's okay. I think this thing is fine going down. I am fine, most importantly, with this thing going down. If you do want to... Okay, that's fine. If you want a Hurricane, that's totally okay. From here... I could go Glow King. I could go into PZ. I think PZ honestly wouldn't be the worst here to get Chip, which would put Kartana in a really good position, to be honest. If only it were a Scarf. If only it were a Scarf. Oh man, things would be so nice. That's okay. Yeah, I think I'll just go PZ here. This team is very offensive, so I would rather not keep this thing in the back forever. I just want to break with this, and I think I can do so with a nice tri-attack. If the AG comes out, I can nasty in its face. Jon Snow. The AG slash does come out. Okay. So let's see what item you are. Let me actually write down the set. Normie. I'm just gonna write Normie for the for the Mudsdale set. It is also that. Okay, that's very interesting. So I think I basically claim like a lot of damage against something with this nasty. We are Chopple, so we are eating a CC. If it's Flash Cannon, I don't think it's gonna kill, especially if it's not the thing that we think it is. Especially if it's not weakness policy, because it revealed lefties. I gotta write down lefties. You withdraw Slatty. Who's that? Is that the Weavile? The Weavile comes out. Okay. Well, that's pretty decent for us. I feel like it's pretty decent. So let me just calc for damage here. We are up on time, which is really nice. I think these plays have been super helpful for us. Let's check out something versus the... Okay. So if you're banded, which you're definitely not, what about a low kick? What does low kick do? Low kick doesn't do anything. So I think tri-attacking is fine. We basically get to claim one. If not, the Aegislash can come out again. This is going to be a pretty pivotal turn. But I think we are pretty safe either way. We're putting some good pressure on Mario here. We know that this is boots, so I got to write that down. Triple Axel. The Pokemon was hit one time. Jesus Christ. We're getting insanely lucky. And for that, I am sorry, Mario. That is really, honestly, fucking terrible. It wouldn't have killed. It definitely wouldn't have killed. And we would have been able to kill this thing anyways. But that's super unfortunate. Because it basically would have been, like, at about 30 to 20% with Rock's Chip and stuff like that combined, given our set. But, yeah, no, that just blows. Yeah, that's sucky. What is this? Noivern comes out? Okay. So basically, I think we get to claim another one. Oh no, it took 25 to Rocks, so maybe this thing is Specs. Either way, if this thing is like some super crazy set, like let's see like a Draco. We are up on time, which is really nice. Yeah, this would have to be like Scarf Draco for anything to be, or no, it'd have to be like Modest Draco for anything to really worry us. Yeah, I'm gonna just let it click. It U-turns. Okay. Well, what's nice is either something dies, or we Dark Pulse the AG, or we Dark Pulse the switch in. It's really hard to play around this thing, but we are really making the most out of these misses, which is really nice. And I feel like Porygon-Z, like, the way that I've been playing it in the past few weeks is, like, just kind of having it as a bit of a fork in the early game. Like, you have to be able to take damage with something, and I think that really opens up the rest of the match for some setup, some sweeping, and stuff like that. So, I think ultimately it's pretty cool. I want to say this thing is mixed. It could also be physical, but either way, I think I'm just going to click Dark Pulse here. Yeah, we do over half. Toxic. Okay. So it's one of these sets. So just a bulky, maybe sub-toxic Shadow Claw. It could Subtoxic, Shadow Claw, Flash Cannon, or Iron Head, or something like that. We're going to be taking a lot of chip residually here, but not enough to where it's that big of a deal. We're just going to be claiming versus anything. He does King Shield. I could have recovered there, but that's okay. Toxic, King's Shield. The Weavile is dead. Boots. I think the Weavile being Boots means that this Cinderace is definitely some kind of Scarf form. And I think from here, I'm just going to click Dark Pulse again. It is not good. But we did get the Toxic and the Mustail off, and we basically had to chip it down. Holy shit, folks, we are back. Maybe I cut that out, maybe I didn't. I basically went through all the moves and stuff like that. Kind of figuring out what the team was. I think the Cinderace is going to be Scarf. I think the Noivern is also choice locked. And Zapdos is, I mean, I think we have established that it's Boots. I can also see Defog being an option on the Noivern, but I was thinking U-Turn, Hurricane, Draco, and Flamethrower. Let's see if this takes any Rocks chip. We were just idling. We were vibing for a little bit. And what's nice is that it does give me some time to think. I could actually go into the Keldeo right now, but I think what I want to do is just scout, and I'll just be clicking Tri-Attack here. If you do want to bulk up, if you do want to court change, if you want to U-turn, that's totally fine. I think Pyro Ball is pretty much the only option here that's like super valid. Maybe that's just me. We are doing a lot of communicating though. Pyro Ball comes out. Okay, that's fine. So we do go down. That is okay. We do get a pretty free flip turn here, which is nice. And we do know that this is Boots. And so if this is Boots, please let me pick my Pokemon. I'm going to be going into Keldeo either way, and we're just going to click flip turn. Let's see. Doing all good in the vitals. Sometimes you gotta just think about your own stats a little bit too. Not to bat chest or anything, but sometimes you gotta make sure that you're doing all good. Mid-match. Whew, it is not letting me click a thing. So from here, we do get to, oh, we have Icy Wind! I put Air Slash on this thing, and then I swapped it out for Icy Wind. So we are just going to be clicking Icy Wind here, which is going to be really sick. Okay, so you do withdraw. We do get to click Icy Wind here. Hopefully this doesn't kill. I really hope this does not kill. To be quite honest with you guys. That's gonna kill. Oh, no, it's lefties. It's lefties. Okay, cool. Okay, so what we want to do here is just click flip turn. And then we want to go out into something that's pretty expendable. Oh, no, shit. Never mind. It's... Okay. Well, fuck everything that I said. So if I had to expect, I think the Zapdos is going to come in. That means we probably should go Lando. But also, like... Metro comes out. So Metro the Noivern is going to show up, and this thing is going to be taking a lot of damage. Rocky helmets, so they know that we're not Scarf, which is a bit problematic. But there's a lot of downtime here. I think a lot of people are trying to do Trey. We are also outpacing Mario on time, which is really nice. I could see what kind of thing this is. I think Slowking can just win here. Let's see what Cinderace can do. Pyro Ball is going to be doing a lot. Noivern with Hurricane is not going to be doing a lot either. I think what I want to do is go into the Landorus and get a Toxic off. I could also just go into this, but actually I have no way of setting this up. I'll just go into landorus. That's fine. We can set up on the Zap, or we can knock the Zapdos off at least, or we can Giga Impact it, and then it forces something. From here, I think we can... Oh my... Bro, this shit's so lame. Like, I think we could have genuinely shrugged this off really well. But, like, this shit's just dog. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Mario. I'm just gonna click Toxic here. That's kind of dog shit. I really don't like how this game's been going. Let's see if Zapdos kills the Kartana. It looks like Zapdos does kill the Kartana. Oh, that shit's lame. I'm just gonna turn here. If you Hurricane, that's fine. Like, the Noivern has to be at, like, what, 25%, 26%? Yeah, so you're just going to do that. From here, I can go into either the slowking-g or the Kartana. That's going to be doing a chunk. Yeah. If this is bulky... Hurricane should be doing a fair bit, but not like a ton, which is nice. And you probably also run like U-turn, so my shit would proc. Yeah, I think this is fine. Maybe that means that we're like not going to... Am I choking this? I mean, I think in the end it all just comes down to a Hurricane confusion. So I think I'm just gonna Calm Mind here and call it good there. You do defog. Okay, that actually checks out. That's actually a pretty good play on Mario's part. He's been playing around the hacks pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's still been a pretty contested game. From here, maybe I just want to slack off and just see what this thing is going to do. I could also Calm Mind up again. I think I'll just Calm Mind up again. Maybe I'm greedy. Maybe I should just go for damage or recovery. Hurricane comes out. Okay. So that's not going to be doing a lot. We do get confused. So maybe this will turn in Mario's favor. Or not. If you do U-turn, then that's gonna proc Key Barrier, which is really nice. And the thing is, we don't really have to attack the Zapdos. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. I think what's nice is we slack off, potentially. Oh, this thing could trick us. I could see that being an issue. I could actually see that being a big issue. We do slack off. Okay. So from here, I think what I'm going to do is click Psychic, just to make sure that I'm not locked into something specifically. Switcheroo. Yeah. Okay. So no Key Berry. But if I do land this, that'll be nice. Okay. So, like, literally none of this has even mattered. Just because we just have been, like, going through confusion entirely. The Hurricane does... I don't know. Yeah, I guess, like, the confusion didn't even matter. Because it's, like, a 30% chance. I guess it's, like, a 50% chance to, get, like, a confusion off. No, that's just fucking terrible.
It's like a 70% chance to hit, 30% chance. So that's like 20 to 25 or something like that. But like even then, like the hacks wasn't even a thing for Mario because he didn't even get any confusion hits. So like literally everything's been going against Mario, which really sucks. And the past 2 games that we've played in 2 games, they were really close. They were like really close. It might come down to crits, though. It could definitely come down to crits and flinches if this Cinderace wants to get out of hand. Salah comes in. Salah is such a good player. He is absolutely cracked for Liverpool. My folks are actually trying to go see a Liverpool game, but it's super crazy to get in. That doesn't do a lot. Psychic comes out. We should be doing over half. Oh, we just kill it. Okay. Well, apologies, Mario. GG's. That's not really how I want to play it, but you'll get me next time. Surely. We do get that 4-0 dub, though, which is really, really nice. For Diff, I think that means that we are tied for first place, if I'm not mistaken, which is really sick. And we get to go up against Helios in week 4 of INT with the San Jose Sharpedos, another Prep City friend. So stay tuned for that, I guess. But GG's, unfortunate match. Kind of another match that we do get to take advantage of the hacks. And so hopefully our next matches are a little bit more even. But we'll take those, I guess. On to the next one. All right. See ya.